Hey guys, it's G. This week I'm giving you some gluten-free recipes, so let's get cooking.
My first recipe is gluten-free brownies, and this is what you're going to need. And our special ingredient is almond flour. So first you're going to melt the butter. You can do this in the microwave or you can just let it sit in a pot on the stove and leave it on medium to low heat. While that is melting, we're going to add 1.5 cups of almond flour into a bowl. Then the cocoa powder and the baking powder. I'm just roughly mixing them together with a fork. In a separate bowl, I'm adding the refined sugar and the coconut sugar. And then I'm adding the salt. I found that mixing these in a separate bowl helped to make sure that the two types of sugar were evenly distributed. It isn't necessary to do it this way if you want less cleanup, but I did feel like it made a difference. After that, I'm mixing all the dry ingredients together. And after this, your butter should be done and you can let it cool before you go ahead and mix it in. So once it's cooled, you can put it in with all the dry ingredients, the eggs, and then we're going to also add the vanilla. And when I mixed everything together, I made sure that I broke down the eggs so that they're fully incorporated. And I found that using an electric whisk helps speed up the process. The batter is going to be thick, so the added power from the whisk helped everything just mix better. And once the batter looks like this, you can go ahead and carefully add the chocolate chips. So once you add these, you just want to fold them in and be careful not to smash them. Then you're going to spray an 8-inch square pan with cooking spray and put the batter into the pan. Once it's all spread out, it should look like this, and you can go ahead and put it in the oven preheated to 350 degrees. After about 35 minutes, you can take out the brownies and check if they're done. You'll know that they're done when you go ahead and put a toothpick in it, and it comes out smooth and almost as if there's nothing on it. They may need to cool for a good 30 minutes before you take them out of the pan, otherwise they won't be solid enough to take out. Just be patient, it will be worth it. And be careful, you're gonna go fast. Next, we are making homemade fruit roll-ups. First, we need to squeeze the juice of 1 lemon into a bowl, then pour sugar into another bowl. You can use any type of sweetener that you would like and however much you would like. There are no raw ingredients, so you can taste test as you go. Now I'm taking a container of strawberries and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice and a teaspoon of sugar and blending all of that together. So the more sugar that you are going to add, the sweeter it's going to be. I found that a teaspoon was enough for me, but you can always add more of any kind of sweetener. But once it looks like a puree, you want to go ahead and pour it into a bowl. And then we're just going to repeat the process with any other type of fruit that you want to use. So I used some blueberries and some peaches. You could also mix different types of fruit together and make different flavors, but I'm just pouring these into bowls so that way the next step is a lot easier. After all this is prepared, you can take a large baking pan and line it with parchment paper, then spray it with cooking spray. Make sure your pan has an edge so that way the liquid doesn't spill out. Then take a spoon and spread out a thin layer of the puree. The thinner the layer, the quicker it will cook. I found that mine were a little too thick, but it still worked just fine. And when you're spreading the purees on the pan, you just want to make sure that you cover any holes so that way the mixtures cook evenly. After I finished this pan, I repeated the process with another pan. Then I put both of them in the oven at 170 degrees Fahrenheit for about 3 hours. You know when they're done when they look dehydrated like this and they are no longer liquidy to the touch. The peach was not as close to the texture of a traditional fruit roll-up as the strawberry and the blueberry. However, I did use frozen peaches for this, so fresh fruit did make a difference in texture, but not taste. And I took mine and I cut them into strips and then rolled them up, so they look just like fruit roll-ups.
So that's all that I have for this week. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and comment below if you want to see more gluten-free recipes.